All right, so let's see what's going on with CD Projekt Red and this whole Sony debacle.
Hello, folks. Today is Friday, June 2nd, 2023. As usual, my name is Jake Baldino, here to talk about all the video game news that has been going on this week. Can you believe it's Friday again already? We got a bunch of stuff to dive into. The first thing is CD Projekt Red is not getting bought by Sony. Yes, that may have been a thing you have seen making headlines or being spewed by people on social media. It was a kind of rumor type rumble.
Yeah, because I did hear that, and I said it even earlier today. I'm like, yo, that is kind of hypocritical of them to like say, hey, Xbox is buying Activision. We have a problem with this, but you are trying on the back end trying to buy a bunch of different other studios. So it's like, isn't it the same thing? But hey, what do I know?
Thing that came up once again last week. This has come up in the past before, but with essentially the concept that knowing that Sony apparently still has more money in their bank that they're looking to spend on acquisitions, like, you know, they had most recently acquired stuff like Bungie, CD Projekt Red was in their sights. This was the going theory, and apparently it's not a thing because CD Projekt Red themselves came out and said, no, that's not happening. During an earning conference thing with the Polish studio, the CEO went on record saying specifically, nothing has changed on our end. I can repeat what we've been saying throughout the years. CD Projekt Red is not for sale. We want to remain independent. I believe we have an excellent strategy, and it's very exciting to follow our own path. I think they might be playing the long game in at least some ways, shape, or forms. A couple of months ago, as you probably remember, we talked about the whole slate of games that CD Projekt Red announced that they're working on for the future, from Cyberpunk stuff, specifically the newest expansion.
Plus the new Witcher, bro. I feel like that new Witcher might go crazy, bro. Cause yo, to this day, The Witcher 3 to me is one of the best like open world fantasy RPGs. It is friggin' dope to this day, bro. Which I still haven't beaten. So, but you know, it's whatever. It's fine.
To multiple Witcher games and other things. So, yeah, they're cooking on stuff. They're probably, honestly, building themselves up more. So I get why they wouldn't want to be acquired yet, but I'll just say never with these types of things and businessy type things, you know? Also, this is kind of like the calm before the storm, so to speak. So next week is the Summer Game Fest shift.
So I kind of want to do this live. Let me know if you guys would be down if I watch the Summer Game Fest live. Let me know, because I am interested in doing that shit. I think that would be dope. But hey,
Keeley live presentation thing with reveals, as well as Ubisoft doing their own thing. Xbox, of course, is having their whole big showcase where they've kind of teased or rumored something. So
just me beat it twice.
I've been dying
and now playing only side quests. Damn, dude.
Also a look at Starfield. So all that's going to be going on next week. So keep that in mind. We will be making videos on that. I'll be there in person, checking out all that stuff, doing some stuff behind the scenes. So if you happen to be around, say hi. But yeah, with that.
Hold up. Unpopular opinion. I feel like Starfield is being overhyped, and I'm kind of concerned for the game at this point because I feel like what's going to happen now is it might be another Redfall situation where it was such heavy anticipation for the game, and then when the game finally came out, it kind of crumbled under its own expectations. I feel like had Redfall not been this overhyped, I don't think people would be talking about it how they are today. But that's just my opinion.
That being said, speaking of CD Projekt Red and that type of stuff, I think it's worth pointing out that some CD Projekt Red developers have jumped off and started their own new studio. These are a handful of veteran developers, producers, and directors from CD Projekt Red who had worked on stuff like The Witcher with this new studio called Blank. Like that's the name of their studio. That's not me saying.
I know games that were overhyped
but
in the past.
they have 10 people right now. They have plans to staff up to
I can name
over
a few
50.
Of them.
And they said that they don't want to make games with crunch and pressure. And they also want to make games that aren't just copies of other things, other genre trends that we've seen before. They want to go out and try their own new thing. And I love hearing stuff like that. Creativity is going to move games forward. They've also shown off one piece of concept art from a game they're working on, a kind of story-driven adventure, post-apocalyptic type of thing. We don't really know anything about it, but they're already working on something. I guess they're hitting the ground running. So yeah, there's something to look forward to probably many, many years down the future. But that's a trend right now because we have another studio announcement. But before we do, just a quick word from today's sponsor.
All right, that's kind of dope. That's kind of dope, but I'd like to see more gameplay. The prospect sounds interesting enough, but I have to see the game in like its full entirety. That's a redundant statement because I said full entirety, which is pretty much the same thing. Anyway, same happened to Anthem. Yes, but not only that with Anthem. Yes, Anthem was definitely overhyped, but I feel like Anthem would have been a great game had they had more content within the game itself, right? That's why Anthem failed. It wasn't even about the hype. Like the mechanics were actually pretty decent, but the content was just like it was lacking in content. It was very repetitive, and it felt just like a looter shooter with anything major to do in that world. Better example, No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky started off pretty rough, but yeah, No Man's Sky definitely redeemed itself. Also, a lot of people forget about this too. When The Witcher 3 came out, The Witcher 3 was rough. It was rough. Over time, the game got better, and now it's actually one of the best open world RPG games. So, I'm gonna just say that.
Talking cool tech today with the Witcher 1.
And it can't get up.
Yes, I'm going to wear these the whole time. These are the world's first
See
XR glasses designed for gamers.
Yep.
I've been using these.